fighting for their playoff lives and playing well right now. Go into Cleveland, put up 126 on the Cavaliers and come out with a win. And guys, they changed the personnel in Cleveland. The defense, though, has not been changed. It wasn't very good tonight. It wasn't very effective against Denver.
No, not tonight, Matt. And I think those first couple games when they played well, energy, athleticism's there, and it showed up. But now you're starting to get into the games where guys understand who you are, and now they're scheming for you. And for the Nuggets, you're saying they need this game badly because they lost the game with the Clippers the other night. Then they come back, bounce back against Memphis, and win the night. So Gary Harris really led the way. So good for the Nuggets bouncing back.
And also, it's hard to beat a team that shoots 54% from three.
Yes.
They hit, what, 19 out of 35 threes. Anytime a team is that hot, it's going to be hard to beat that team. The Cavaliers, at that point, you have to realize what type of game it is, start running guys off the three-point line. Your rotations have to be crisp. And that's where, when you have new guys in, the rotation sometimes can be a little bit off because those guys don't know them. They don't understand the schemes quite yet. I'm sure they'll tighten things up. Tyronn Lue is a very good defensive coach, but tonight they just didn't put their best foot forward.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. You could see at the end of the game, LeBron James still trying to direct traffic, pointing people in the right direction. It was a bad turnover with George Hill. But the defensive problems predate the roster turnover. Tyronn Lue spoke about that aspect of tonight's game afterward.
Simplify on defense as well?
We simplified on offense. Thought the guys were a little better. Thought we could still play a little faster, especially in the half court. Defensively, we simplified it, but they just killed us. They were good tonight, shooting the basketball. I thought, Will Barton came off the bench and gave them a great boost. And they played really well.
You're giving a lot of credit to their shooters, it sounds like. Are you happy with the way you guys schemed defensively and played defensively?
No, I thought we did some different things. Some things were good, some things not so good. But we just had to keep adjusting. I thought, the guys did a good job adjusting to what we try to do. But they took advantage of it. They got a good center who can pass, who also can shoot the ball from outside. They got a lot of good cutters, with Barton and Chandler. They got shooters all around the floor. So they did a good job, offensively. They were scoring the basketball. I thought we scored, pretty consistently, too. We just couldn't get stops. And, we cut it to 1 and to 2. We missed 3 layups, missed a couple of threes we had wide open to, make a big shot to kind of give us some momentum, but we couldn't make.
I know it's still, you haven't had a lot of time with these guys, but did you think it would be better defensively just because they're young and athletic and theoretically they should be able to fly around more and be able to get back to the three-point line or recover from double team?
We've been better. Tonight, was really bad for us, giving them 19 threes, but we've been better.
Did LeBron
Tyronn Lue after the game, I thought the energy and the effort was better defensively in the second half, but the results just weren't there. How much of this is fixable? This has been an ongoing problem over the course of the entire season.
Well, I think it's very fixable because now they have the bodies that can move around and fly around and do the things they need to. Earlier in the year, they were trying to play defense and they were trying to rotate around, but those guys, that team was a little bit older. Some of those guys, they were seasoned a little bit. They were used to doing things their way. They couldn't quite fly around. When you talk about Hood, you talk about Clarkson, Nance, that's young. That's a young group. They can bring more energy. So this team just has to figure it out, understand the rotations, run guys off the three-point line, make sure they get back in transition, do those type of things, and they'll be just fine. But it takes some time. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight.
Well, that's the question. How much time? 20 games left now before the playoffs.
It's not enough time, Matt. The question is this, and you know this, Brendan, how can Ty Lue and his coaching staff use shoot-arounds, days off to figure out how can you get guys on the floor? Because you're not doing a lot of 5-on-5 right now because you're trying to save the legs as much as possible. But you have to be on the floor enough so I know if Brendan leaves to go block a shot, I got to rotate down and get his man, then someone's got to rotate to get my man. But it's hard to do that just by watching film. That's all they've been able to do lately.
And in 2 or 3 weeks
right there, what were you doing? You were communicating.
Yes.
That is also the key.
Do.
When you have new guys in, if you guys communicate, even when the scheme is off, if you communicate and you yell, hey, I'm going to the corner. Maybe you're not supposed to be there.
Get my back.
Maybe you're not supposed to be there, but I'm going to cover for you. Okay, 3D's going to the corner. That means I have to have the next rotation. And so when you have a new group in, communication is key. Everybody has to be talking. It can't be one guy. It has to be 5 guys. You have to hear 5 voices out there on defense.
And there's another adjustment to come in 2 or 3 weeks when Kevin Love returns to the lineup, which will be at that point.
This had to be a good adjustment, though.
Well, at that point, you're talking about maybe 10 or fewer games before the end of the postseason. It's been like that all year long with guys coming and going, not only because of injuries, but because of all these trades.